That's hammered. Deep right center field. Forget about it. Tennessee leads. A moonshot for Kavares Tears. 1-2. And he drills it out to center field. Johnson's on the run. He's looking up. We're tied again. And Jackson Lynn did it again. His second home run today. And we're knotted up at 9 in the 8th. 0-2 to Starling. That's out to left field again. That's trouble. Lynn is back, leaps up again to make the catch.
Come on.
You gotta be kidding me. He takes away back-to-back extra base hits in extra innings. Take a bow, Jackson Lynn. Ensley drills it to left. That one is a no-doubter. Goodbye. It got out of here in the blink of an eye. Well, when you talk about storylines, I guess this is a pretty decent one, too. Connor Rasmussen, who spent his freshman season in Greenville at East Carolina, only played in 17 games, only got 18 at-bats and 2 hits. Has had a spectacular sophomore season for Tulane.
Rasmussen bunting here. I think he won his bat going.
1-1.
Oh, that's it!
Right field line. Lynn around third. Here it comes. Can you say storybook ending? Connor Rasmussen walks it off against his former team in the 10th, and Tulane sweeps 6th-ranked East Carolina. On the second Saturday of SEC play, we welcome you to Knoxville, where the 8th-ranked Tennessee Vols host the Ole Miss Rebels in the middle game of this weekend series. Hello inside Lindsey Nelson Stadium with Coach Mo, Bobby Miranda, Jack Benjamin with you. We entered the weekend, Coach, talking about how prolific this Tennessee offense is. We may have undersold it. A 15-3 run rule win in game 1, 5 more home runs. They've got 60 on the season.
Power everywhere up and down the lineup, 1 through 9. The 9-hole even had a home run yesterday. 5 home runs yesterday, 2 from 1 player. Incredible.
1 through 9. There is not an easy out in this lineup. We look back to game 1 of the series. 4 different Vols hit home runs, led by Christian Moore. 4th career multi-home run game for him. That's out to left center field off the bat of Amick. Down it goes. It splits the gap and rolls to the wall. Burke around third. They're waving him in. Relay throw from Hill. Not in time. Crowd's into it. Payoff pitch. Sent out to deep left fields. Track, wall, gone! First career grand slam for Billy Amick. And they've blown it wide open. 15-3 in the 5th. And that one is hammered. Absolutely clobbered over the scoreboard in right center field. We mentioned the power of Andrew Fisher. He just unloaded on his 10th home run of 2024. First pitch. Drilled out to right. Back it goes. Hughes, it's over his head, and it one hops off the wall. Stark trots in. Moore to third. Blake Burke delivers. Spencer deals. Cold strike 3 outside corner. Ole Miss rallies in the 9th. For 4 runs, Spencer locks down his 5th save. Series even and a game apiece. Well, 3 more homers for the Vols on the series. They've got 9. Kavares Tears, a 2-run bomb. Christian Moore tacks on his 3rd of the weekend. And Dylan Dreiling, a 3-run blast as well. So the power-hitting Vols continue to do it. Back inside the booth with Coach Mo. Take us through it.
So we talk about the L. The L is an L off of your body, tight to your body, and then down away in the strike zone. The ball is thrown on the L, you're in good position, right? But when the ball is thrown out here, out over the plate, up, the ball will go a long way. And that's what we've seen so far. You get balls in the jet stream to right field, up and out over the plate, balls can be backspin a long way.
It's a good thing you didn't ask me to throw. I'm not sure my arm can hold up trying to pitch to you. It's interesting to think about the different ways where you got to locate it, especially the importance of locating on a day like today. 2 teams who can really hit for power, and look, Tennessee in their park, they know the wind's going to blow that way a good bit.
Well, when you throw in and you throw in on the body and it gets there tight to the body, you're good. but when the ball gets out over the plate, it's a problem.
Cannon Peebles takes low and in for ball 1. But I have learned a lot this weekend with you. It's been a blast. It's like a master class in the booth. How much do I owe you?
Well, that's what happens when you're around the game for a long time, and we always want to learn, right? I mean, you're always learning a new thing all the time. It was great talking to the players and the coaches this weekend and learning things from them.
Peebles takes outside. Second inning of relief for Wes Mendez. True freshman from Tampa came on and got the final couple outs of the third, relieving Saunier. Big hack by Peebles and fouled it back. So he is a switch hitter who flips over to the right-hand side now to face the lefty Mendez. You can see his numbers on the season. He's a little bit better hitting righties. It's about 282 versus 270 righties versus lefties. So pretty similar.
You know, you talk about the game and learning. Been very blessed. Played for a Hall of Fame coach in college,
right,
Jim Ward, and then coached for 3 Hall of Famers as associate head coach in the ACC. So pretty awesome. When you have those guys every day in the office and you're sitting there talking, the best talks are on the bus. When you have the 7-hour, 10-hour bus ride. It used to be the 15-hour bus rides from Virginia to Florida State, stuff like that. You're sitting there talking baseball the whole time. And you're really learning a lot from, you know, guys that have been around the game all their life.
Mike Bianco has been at it for 24 years at Ole Miss. We mentioned he's closing in on 1,000 wins. There's strike 3 called. Mendez gets his first punch at 93 on the inside.
And you watch, that's exactly what we talked about after the break right there. That ball is perfectly on the L, tight to the body. That's a very, very difficult to pitch to even keep fair if you barrel it. You'll see a lot of guys swing and barrel that, and they'll pull it foul. If they keep it fair, they'll jam themselves. Great pitch.
We're talking about all the coaches who you've learned from and done a lot of winning, all the great times you've experienced in baseball. Mike Bianco got to the mountaintop again in 2022 with Ole Miss after doing it a bunch. We've talked about his background at LSU and playing and then coaching under Skip Bertman and championships they won when he was an assistant. And then you have a guy in Tony Vitello who, look, he's done a lot of winning too, but of course the one thing this program has not checked off is winning a national championship, and you figure they're closing in. They're not that far away from getting there. You got to get to Omaha first. They've done that consistently now over the last 3 years.
We got to be a little lucky, and when you get there, it's a whole new deal because you play, then you have a day off, then you play, then you have a day off, then you play. It's an interesting situation in Omaha. The more you're there, the better you get at it.
1-1, that's drilled out to left. Say goodbye to Curley again. Second home run of the weekend for him. The Vols just keep pouring it on. 10 home runs in this series. And they lead 8-3.
It's an off-speed pitch. Down in the zone, I believe. Let's take a look right here. Nope. Right down the middle. Right into Curley's bat. 109 mile per hour exit velo. We talked about the other day a 2-iron. We had a 1-iron. I think that's about a 3-iron.
I was going to say 3 or 4, and then that makes.
Pull your 3-iron and hit a line drive out of here.
Pitch misses to Christian Moore. So 10 home runs on the weekend for Tennessee. Remember, they hit 5 on Friday, only 1 yesterday. They slacked off, and they've hit 4 more now in 3 1/3 innings of work here today. Christian Moore has accounted for 3 of those home runs over the weekends.
And you see immediately Mike Bianco trying to go back in and get tight to the body with the baseball. on the location. That ball was out over the plate that was hit on an off-speed pitch. He's like, hey, let's just go fastballs in. Don't let these Tennessee hitters get extended.
Time called at the plate and it was awarded.
Every time a Tennessee hitter has gotten extended out over the plate, fastball, breaking ball, whatever it is, away from their body, outside that L that we talked about in the break. They've made the Ole Miss pitchers pay. 10 times so far this weekend.
10 times this weekend. The numbers are incredible. Tennessee has homered in all but one game this season. They are only behind Georgia in total home runs for the season. And they actually lead all Division I programs since 2021. They have hit 446 homers in that span. Pretty good. Everyone but Amick on that list has hit a homer this weekend. Christian Moore shoots one foul the opposite way. So he went deep to right his last time. We saw him go yard twice on Friday to left fields. Two-one is down and away. You know, it's interesting. The SEMO Hitmo sign is not there in left center today. Maybe they knew that the wind was drifting the other way and he was going to go oppo. It's interesting.
I don't see it anywhere
I
else.
thought maybe they would shift it over to right. 3-1, fouled away.
I thought they'd take our advice and move it back.
Well, that was part of what our thinking. Yeah, Curley hit one relatively close to where that sign is. Moore is at 37 career home runs now after his 2-run blast in the third. That is tied for 5th in Tennessee history. And he tips it into the glove of Smithwick. Second strikeout of the inning for Mendez.
The first baseman, number 25.
Moore went backside for a home run last at bat. Mike Bianco making a decision to pound him in right there with 2 strikes. Did not want him to get extended. That's a good pitch on that L that we talk about.
So now Blake Burke. That is through the left side for a base hit. So he might not be hitting the long ball this weekend, but he's got 2 hits today. And he's got 4 hits in the series.
It's a nice job going backside for a big left-handed hitter. He'll have a short swing to the backside and get on top. Just a real professional approach to hitting.
Well, this is a guy who was highly talented at high school. He tied the freshman home run record with 14. He had 16 of them last year. But the average is the thing that Tony Vitello was telling us. It's improved so much. Because, you know, it felt at times like he was trying to do too much. He has really settled in. The consistency I think he's put together in his junior campaign has really stuck out.
No doubt.
I mean, you hit safely in 15 straight games. That's a day in, day out approach of hitting the ball to all fields, different pitchers, different arms.
It's that experience we talked about earlier. The more experience you have, and if you work at it, it will pay off.
Tony Vitello was telling us he's putting less pressure on himself. You know, he came in, he and Christian Moore, they didn't need to do a whole lot as freshmen in 2022. I mean, that team was so talented and so good. You look at the numbers on what they did winning, 57 games. And at times he would say, yeah, those two would press a little bit. 0-2 is upstairs.
Think about what you just said, 57 games.
Amazing.
You only play 56.
They only lost 9.
Regular season 56.
And the thing you would think about, you wouldn't think that would be a year where they would miss Omaha, but that's out to left center field off the bat of Amick. Down it goes, it splits the gap and rolls to the wall. Burke around third. They're waving him in. Relay throw from Hill, not in time. RBI double, Billy Amick. 9-3 lead for the Vols here in the rubber game on a Sunday in Knoxville.
We mentioned last AB for Billy Amick. He had a nice walk. Very, very well deserved walk where he earned that walk. That set up this at bat right here where he smokes the ball into the left center gap. Swings nice and quiet, simple through the middle of the field. That's when Billy Amick is at his best.
So Amick knocks in his 22nd run. It's his 6th double. That was only his 2nd hit of the weekends. Kavares Tears now.
That's what I was saying. I think the walk really was a good walk. It was sound. He looked like he was under control. He earned that walk, and it set up his next AB. Under control, short swing through the middle of the field.
Lefty on lefty here with Mendez and Tears. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Tears is 2 for 2 today. He has been the man for Tennessee in this series. 2 for 2 today. He's now 6 for 9 over the course of the 3 games with a couple of home runs, 4 driven in, and he has been outstanding. You can see the batting average up to 403. Again, a guy who only got to play in 29 games last year. He actually had a 18-game hitting streak that was snapped last weekend in Alabama. And he has picked it back up in a big way this weekend.
He's been fabulous this weekend. He's got a quick bat, lots of power, simple swing.
It was interesting. Tony Vitello was telling us, he might look a little smaller, but he's actually stronger. He's made a lot of 2-strike adjustments. Yeah. He pops that one up to left center fields. Groff drifts over and makes the catch. And the side is retired. But Tennessee continues to pour it on via the long ball. How about 10 homers in this series? The latest from Dean Curley. 9-3.